Okay guys, so in this section we are going to discuss about the event management and ensure the network availability. Right? So we will discuss different things. First things we are talking about the performance. Performance, when we talk about the performance, it will talk about the receiving the data and forwarding the data. Receiving the data on the switch or the router, then forward the data. Okay. So overall it is called performance. So performance depend on the multiple factors. Like first is a bandwidth. Bandwidth is required in a performance. Like if you have the bandwidth of the 1 MB, nowadays nobody have 1 MB. If you have the 10 MB speed, so your performance will be down. Okay, so bandwidth is matter. First bandwidth required, like if you want to good performance, then you will have to use a high bandwidth like 10 GB, 1 GB PS like this, okay, or 100 Mbps also good, 200, 500, it's depend, right? So you will have to like bandwidth is a one factor which is used in a bandwidth. Another is a CPU and memory resources. Resources, when we talk about the resources, it means the hardware resources. Hardware resource of the switch, hardware resource of the router or other any device, firewall, server or any other device, any device it may be. Okay, so it is required good CPU, good memory, and also you will have to consider a good storage resources. So performance based on the bandwidth, based on the CPU and memory resources and the storages. Okay. There is a one term used in a network, it is called bottleneck. Already you know about the bottle and already know about the neck. Bottleneck means a narrow area. Is it right or not? Narrow area. It is called bottleneck. So also there is a narrow area available in a network. How? Like this is the switch and this is the switch and this is the switch and this is the switch. These switches are connected with each other. Okay. But here on this bandwidth, there is a only 1 Gbps bandwidth. Okay. Here is a 5 Gbps, 5 Gbps, 5 Gbps. So this is the area which is have the lowest bandwidth. It is called bottleneck. Bottleneck is a pinch points that is cause whole system to underperformance. Means the whole system go down the performance. Okay. Then based on the performance, what is the performance actually? There is a baseline. Performance baseline. Baseline means minimum requirement, minimum utilization of the resources. So performance baseline establishes the resource utilization metric at the point in the time such as the system was first installed. Means at the first time when you are installing the system, then it have the lowest performance baseline. So performance baseline you can comparison by using the record matrix. Matrix means first record the bandwidth or the speed test. After doing the some implementation, then you can again check. So you can check the previously, you can check the after. It is called record metric as a comparison. Means previously and if your baseline is very low, then you can update your baseline. Update baseline means update CPU, update RAM, update hardware, whatever in your budget you can do it. Right. One more monitoring is required, like previously the monitoring of the network, their data, their flow, their speed, but also there is a requirement of the monitoring monitoring of the environment, all of us know. So environment is the based on the temperature, humidity, electricity, flooding is a possibilities of the environment monitoring. Like you have a server room in a, you cannot put a server room in the out of the area. You will have a AC room which can maintain the temperature of the AC of the room. If temperature is high, so maybe possibilities of some type of if impact on the performance or the effect on the performance. So how you can check for this? By using the sensors. There is a two types of the sensors are used. First, sensors which are chasing devices, and another is chasing the ambient. It is called ambient sensor. So device changes sensor will change about the temperature of your CPU temperature and fan speed, voltage, fluctuation of the light. Voltage fluctuation means down voltage, heavy down, and any type of the intrusion. So all these type of the sensor are implement on the based of the device changes. Another is a sensor used for checking for the temperature, humidity. If the humidity is available, so there is a possibilities of the moisture on the RAM, moisture on the motherboard, moisture on the CPU, and maybe possibilities of the short circuit. And similar is a flooding and electrical. These are the sensor based on the environmental. Okay, there is a one hardware monitor tool. It is called CPU ID hardware monitor tool, which is used for monitoring all about the hardware. Like the temperature is an option here. You can see the core 1, core 2, core 3. There is a 4 core, and all core is 34 this temperature, and this is the value, minimum value and the maximum value, and here is the average value. Okay, so you can use this tool for monitoring the temperature of the device. It is all about the temperature. There is a one protocol we are talking about here, the simple network management protocol. As its name is a network management protocol, it means this protocol is used for management of the network, managing the network. What does it means? For the example, there is a one switch, another switch, another switch, another switch, another router. Okay, so another router. So you can consider or you can think in a organization which have the multiplex building and having the multiple rooms. So 100% there is a possibilities of the 100 or thousands of the switches. Possible, of course, it is possible. Hundreds are the switch and tenth of the router, and having the on the different building. Like if there is a 10th floor, so on every floor there is a switches, there is a routers on every floor. There is a firewall somewhere. There is a access wireless access point, access WAP. Everywhere is WAP on every floor. So it is not easy to manage all the devices, because if you will go and manage device on a specific location, you will have to go, you will access the switch router, and then you can manage, change the IP address or anything. If you want to update, you can do it. Okay, so now the question is that this is very tough task, and you have the multiple person to maintain this infrastructure or this network. So in this case, there is a one protocol is used. It is called SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. Simple Network Management Protocol will provide a central location, which providing a central location. On the base of the central location, you can maintain all the devices. You can maintain the devices. This interface or this base is called the MIB, means management interface. information base. Management information base is a type of the server which are storing all the information related to the SNMP enabled devices. So every SNMP enabled device will work as an agent and then send the data to the SMIB or the management information base. Then the SMP protocol or anything will try to access this information base, and then if they want to make any changes, they can do. How they can do? Because there is a two types of the community. There is a two types of the community. One community is a read, another community is a read and write. Access means if this device is the member of the read community, so everyone only can read the data what is their configuration. Okay, but if they are member of the write community, read and write community, so they can read the data and they can update the data. Update the data means changing the IP address, changing the routing protocol configuration. All these things can be done with the help of SNMP. Okay. There is one other types of it is called traps. Traps means is anything happened, so the traps will be triggered. Anything happened means anything mishappening happened. Like if any connection is going to be disconnect again, so it will be trap like make this connection permanent down. Okay. So three things can be used to monitor the SNMP. First thing is get request means read the data. Trap, enable the trap, and walk means go to one to another device to another device. And SNMP are using the port number 161 for the query and 162 for the traps. So here is a net SNMP is a displaying on the screen, like community name is a 515 support, location open sense firewall, and the SNMP connect contact number, this username, and listening IPs means any IP address you will put here, it will be start the listening on that. We will do it in a practical how this things is work. Another is a logs management means network device logs. Now the first question is, what is the logs? Until you don't know about the logs, then how will you understand about the network device log? So first you will have to understand about the logs. To understanding the logs means the machine generated data. What is the log? Machine generating data. Machine are generated data every time. For the example, if your interface is down, so it will generate some event having some information like time, duration, severity label, and having some other information, basic information. Like this particular interface ETH0 will be down on this time, or this time this is on. So this is the machine generated data. Machine generated data. Every router is generating machine data. Every switch is generating data. Okay. And every server is generating data. Every operating system is generating data. Generating logs. The problem with the router and switch, there is a limited memory. There is a limited memory like 1 GB memory, 2 GB memory. They have a limited storage memory. So storing all the log on the switch or the router device or the firewall is very tough. So in this case, we need a central server. We need a central server, which server store all the types of the logs. This is called Syslog server, system log server. Okay. So let's talk about more about the logs. Logs are used for checking the performance, troubleshooting and security auditing, and also getting some information based on the logs. Logs have some metadata and event description also. Like this user want to try access, like root user want to access the SSH of the switch. This user want to access the SSH. So this is the log type. Okay. So there is some types of the logs. One is a system logs which are generated by the system. If any application is generating the logs, it is called application log. Audit log means if the auditing is enabled on the Windows or the Linux system or any switch router, so it is going to be log auditing logs. Auditing logs means which user want to access which service. Like root user, not root user, user 01 want to access SSH, but this is not authorized user. So this type of the logs will known as a audit logs. Some logs based on the performance or the traffic, like this time you are getting 5 GB bandwidth, are consuming 5 GB bandwidth this time to this time. So it will help you to getting the DOS attack and some other types of the identify the threats. So how you can collect those log? By using the Syslog server. Syslog, what is the Syslog server? Syslog server is a centralized device which is collect all the types of the event from multiple sources. And what are the sources? Switch, router, server, client, anything. Any machine, any device which is generating the logs will be stored on the Syslog server. Syslog use a protocol which is forwarding over the UDP 514. And Syslog have some specific format. Different device are using different type of the format for the log system. So there is a generally which is used, it is called PRI code, header and the message. PRI code where have the information about the device and about the severity. Header have some information related the events what happened. Message means basic description about the event. So event management is the type of the process where you are managing the events. Events means which log will be stored, which log will not be stored, which log will be deleted, or which event is critical, informational and other. So we need to categorize the events. Events, any type of the events happened inside the system server or the application. So when we are going to talk about the categorize, so there is a categorization, Windows, Syslog, different categorization are using. So inside the Windows there is a some event or information. They are just providing the information. Mr. Vijay Kumar has been logged in, Ritesh logged out. So these are the information. That's it. Some having the warning. Mr. Vijay user want to install this program. This is the warning. And some is a critical. In a critical means where is a very sensitive, like this person want to edit this file, configuration file, or this user has changed the DSCP server configuration, DNS server configuration. So these type of the critical. Another type of the categories is a audit. Audit means success or fail. Like Mr. Vijay has been get the logged in. Mr. Vijay had tried the 3 times wrong password from this IP address system. Okay, so this type of the auditing, success or the failed. So how they will identify the critical, warning and information, it is depend on the severity level. Severity level where it start from the 0 to the 7. 0 means emergency, 1 means high, 1 means critical, then high, then like this, and last 7 is used for the debug. So 0 to 7 severity level are available. Okay, similar, there is a some alert configuration. Alert configuration happened when someone trying to log in and there is a labels, means normal user login, advanced user login and some other. So it is called threshold. And some alert you are getting, like virus is detected, malware is detected, some you want to install any program, you are getting the alert this program is installed. And also there is a alarm system available. Alarm system, when any type of the malicious detect inside the network, so it will be alarm on a specific event. Okay, ticket system also available. It is depend on the any incident happened, so the ticket can be generated. How you can do the log review? I will show you in a performance monitor where you can check the performance monitor. Like before, this was the actual the traffic or the using the system. This is the process of the system, and later on again when I checked, I found there is a very high system uses. So what is the depend? So it is also displaying in a graph. It is called graphing. When any alert is going to be very high, so it is called trends, and you need to monitor and analysis. Monitoring means just a monitor. This is the low and this is the high. Analysis means when you are analyzing the exact process behind this, or what is the cause behind this high processing using or the use of the high processor. So all these things can be do in a log reviews.